Can't even see it in quick screen.
You're not even close, are you?
I think we're going. Yeah, okay, I think we're live. Once again, welcome back to the 2017 Canadian Junior Championships. I'm Jake Shuknik, joined again by Daryl Fitzgerald, coach of the Youth and Development Squads.
Evening, folks. Good to be back.
We thought we'd throw in one last surprise stream for you today. We've got one of the girls' matches in front of us here. We have Baylee Van Steijn from Ontario against Sierra Trueman from BC. Not quite the last round of the day. The boys still have to have another 4 games after this. Currently looking at the standings, Baylee Van Steijn sits atop the pool at 4-0, and Sierra Trueman's in second at 2-2, but she's tied with Amy Spence and Alexis Gallagher, all at 2-2. So Baylee, I think, is just about guaranteed through, but I think Sierra needs this win to have a shot.
Yeah, there's still a lot of moves to be made, so a lot of action in these last couple games can really play a difference in these standings. So everybody's fighting for those final points, make sure they're near the top of the leaderboard and can slide through to the semis.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the last round for the girls before tiebreakers and semis and whatnot. The boys half of them have a round tonight, and there's another full round tomorrow morning. And we will get to tiebreakers and semis and finals tomorrow. Tiebreaks are scheduled right now for 11:15 a.m. local time, but if there are no tiebreakers, we'll probably bump up the semis to be a little earlier in the day. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or just want to give a shout out, then give us a message on Twitter or Facebook at BCB Bowls on Twitter, at BCB Official on Facebook. And you can reach Daryl on Twitter at Canadian Bowler.
Always happy to hear from people, hear what you have to say, answer questions, get interactive with this stream. That's what it's all about.
For those watching at home, Sierra has the black bowls, while Baylee Van Steijn has the mint-colored bowls. Looks like Baylee's lying one in the head right now. Sierra's
The great draw bowl there.
Draw bowl, that could be shot.
Baylee's taking a good look at it just to make sure.
On the rink next door, I believe we have a Nova Scotia and Alberta match. Looks to me like it is Emily Alford from Nova Scotia against Alexis Gallagher from Alberta. Gallagher?
Gallagher. Yep.
Gallagher. Sorry if I'm butchering any names.
That's what commentators are for.
Yeah, to butcher names. So far, so good.
I think we've done a pretty good job through the week.
Oh,
Baylee with a good conversion shot there, possibly holding 2.
Yeah, well, might have stuck around for a second. Winds are picking up here. I'm absolutely terrified this tent's going to blow on the green. Now that we are getting into the setting sun here, shadows might play a role on the outcome of this game, depending on where the heads end up being.
You can already see where the players are standing, those long shadows drifting right off the green, so even looking at bowls from here, it makes it difficult to see who's really tight shot, but
They might be measuring, or they just agreed to 2? 2 shots Ontario, according to John Siteman.
we've got our lovely marker John Siteman. He'll definitely keep us up to date.
Yeah, he will, and I'm sure he'll be voicing the scores because he knows that we're waiting to hear. Oh. There you go. Baylee brought the man up a little bit.
Oh,
Playing a bit of a mid-length jack, I suppose.
yeah. Most players have been keeping it rather short. We've obviously in the last couple matches we saw some really long jacks, which made it a little more interesting. But players need to play the length that they feel most comfortable with and can make those shots. So.
For all the current standings results, head over to bullscanada.com. Under the championship tab, look for juniors and under 25s.
Baylee just sliding a few feet through the head there.
With this being the final round for the girls, it's getting down to crunch time. As I mentioned earlier, Sierra's tied with Amy Spence and Alexis Gallagher. All three of them are at 2-2. And in the other pool, Jordan Koss is also 4-0 and has secured her spot through. But Corey Millard and Emma Boyd are hot on her tails at 3-1.
Baylee looking for a closer bowl here. Draw line's pretty good. Just sliding a couple feet through again.
Actually, I guess Jordan hasn't quite secured her spot through unless Corey and Emma are playing each other. If there are any ties, they're broken on the green.
Well, currently Corey's playing Jordan and Emma's playing Bridget, I believe.
Looks like some of them have forgotten their name tags. At least on, is that rink 5? There's nobody playing.
Yeah. It's hard to tell who's playing when there's no name tag, so. At least for our feature rinks here, 1, 2, and 3, they've all got their name tags up so we know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Baylee's chasing this down,
I think she's
just dropping it short. But it's worth a look.
Might still be good enough for shot, but it's probably 2-3 feet short. Sierra's asking John what the count is. John says Sierra's holding 1. Now that is an interesting delivery because of her left hand resting on her right leg.
I haven't seen many with that kind of style, but there's possibly someone watching in California that has that hand placement. Mike McNorton. But the interesting is that she actually doesn't crutch on it. She actually releases it and rests on her arm for most shots, on her draw shots. So it's not actually impeding her in any way. It's just a unique setup.
Yeah, over the years you'll see many different types of deliveries, but as long as they don't impede you and you can be consistent, that's really all that matters. Get a nice smooth delivery away.
Yeah. Baylee's just trying to tuck one a little closer than her last. She's got an excellent draw there, just sliding through again.
Fast. I thought she had the jack on that for sure.
3 times she's had great line and just doesn't have the weight to nail that jack.
I'm wondering if these girls have been watching any previous matches on this rink, because they're all sticking to the forehand.
Baylee may have secured a very measurable 1 on that last.
Well, Sierra's hard after it though.
That looks like excellent weight with this last ball. So
shot drawn.
Definitely number 1.
Big thank you to our sponsors and partners: Government of Canada through Sport Canada, Coaching Association of Canada, Kukri, MVP Sports, big time partner of the junior program, and of course lawnbowlingmanager.com. Head on over to lawnbowlingmanager.com if you are so inclined. It'd be great to boost your website or get a new club management tool. They give out free demos if you ask, so couldn't hurt to go and see what it's all about. Two shots for British Columbia. All tied up at 2. Sierra's brought the mat up just that little bit, and I think we'll also be playing a medium length.
Yeah. It's keeping it out of that shadow patch right now.
Mm-hmm. John is standing well behind to try to keep his shadow out of play.
Yeah, it's nice. The markers are understanding that their shadows can cover the jack and make play a little hard. Sierra with some good weight, just packed jack, probably half a foot past jack high.
Just didn't want to finish.
Baylee's definitely been able to find her line. It's just the weight that's eluding her at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Sierra's adjusted her line a bit.
How far behind the jack line? Roughly 6.5 feet.
Baylee's made a big adjustment on her weight there.
Possibly bumped in for shot there.
As we've seen all day, this can be a fairly tricky rink. Really going to be testing the players' patience to see who can figure things out quickest.
Sierra trying to crawl one up there, but just coming up a few feet short.
Baylee is line one.
Baylee chasing this one down. Seems to like the weight a bit.
Just inside, got the jack. Could
Trail
be
it
two.
back for two.
Coach Cheryl Ann Milligan is on the side, letting her know what's what. Cheryl Ann is the sister to Dan Milligan, Mr. MVP Sports himself. If you need any bowling supplies, head over to MVP Sports. I think it's mvpsports.ca, if I'm not mistaken, is their website. Quick Google search will tell me if it's different.
May have bumped in for a second shot, but it's going to be a look.
Baylee has last bowl here. She'll just be looking to draw another. Same bowl will do it.
The players are getting a little bit of relief here in the late sun with a nice breeze that's coming across the greens. They're just getting outside
Just
that line.
outside, yeah. It's been some long days here, yesterday and today. I'm curious how they're holding up endurance-wise. Fatigue can certainly be playing a role. I'll come down and take a look, and it could be two. Sure. Yeah, two will do.
2 shots, Ontario.
It's nice how you rhyme that.
Big thanks to Anne-Marie Seitman and Lena Cameron for putting together a host organizing committee and helping make this event a go. As well, Ron Cameron and the officials putting in long hours once again today. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, the whole organization of this has been fantastic. The players haven't had any problems with getting on the greens, playing, getting lunch, doing all the stuff that they need during the day. So it's been fantastic, and we've seen some fantastic bowls throughout this these couple days.
Pretty good opener there from Baylee. A little more than mat length right behind. Sierra's looking to follow her down. I think she's a little quick as well. Just passed.
Baylee with a nice adjustment here. Nice
Okay.
front toucher on that.
It's making her first bowl look really good right about now.
Perfect spot in case that jack gets tapped and squirts out there.
Sierra's asking her coach, what do you think I should be doing here right about now?
You're really just looking to loosen that jack up. I mean, even though Baylee's in position, you just want to get a look. So nothing crazy, just nudge that bowl, squirt the jack out a bit, and give yourself a chance, really.
Sort of a two-part shot here.
Yep.
I think that's pretty good weight for the type of shot you're trying to play. Maybe just a couple feet off.
That's it. Now Sierra's in good position in case that jack does squirt more than just a couple feet. Baylee's looks like just dropped it now.
Probably lying 3 right about now, though. So now it's getting into risky business here for Sierra. Probably just need to draw one in close to try to cut her down, hold her to 1. If you make contact with that bowl, that's a bonus.
Yeah, you just want to get in there. Coming down the ditch side.
She definitely took the weight off, but I think she took too much off.
Yeah, she's going to drop very short of her goal there.
That's going to make things tough for her last one now.
Sometimes it's tough mentally to make that shot because you're thinking so much about being perfect, and being perfect usually ends up in you dropping it short because you're just afraid to throw it too heavy. But it's better to be heavy through and give yourself a little bit chance, and if you miss, you got something in the back that you can use in the future. So.
As the saying goes, whenever you're down, you got to be up.
That's right.
Baylee just had a pretty lengthy discussion there with Cheryl Ann about what to play here with your last bowl. You don't want to touch it because you don't want to open it up, but at the same time, drawing in for 4 would be nice.
It looks like she's going a little bit wider to try to space it out, not cluster her bowls to give something to hit. So could be line 4.
That might have been Cheryl Ann's advice, is just to draw that back bowl of Sierra's because that's her closest, so that way you're still leaving a hole, but it's still in the count.
Sierra's just looking to do a little damage control here, get something in. If she makes contact with that bowl, it's just a little bit of a bonus. Kept her weight up, just going to glance on the outside, so it's an unfortunate happening. If she had actually caught the inside of that, it may have actually forced it over onto the shot bowl, but
yeah, that could have been perfectly set up for a good wick if she got the inside, but as we know, that hand tends to hang, and that's tricky to make on a non-hanging side of the green.
That is correct.
See what the damage is here. I think that's 3. Yeah, all 4.
Well,
should make it 8-2 for Baylee Van Steijn. And just so everybody knows, this will be the last game that we stream for today. We'll likely pick up again tomorrow around 11:15 or so. To be determined whether that will be tiebreaker matches or whether that will be a semi-final game.
I'm excited to see how these final rounds shake out and see who ends up at the top of the leaderboard and what kind of exciting games we'll have for the semifinals tomorrow.
To be honest, I haven't seen too many surprises yet heading into this event from what I know of the players, and I don't know them all, and I don't know a whole lot, but what I have heard, I expected the players at the top to be at the top, so nothing has really caught me off guard too much yet. But there's still this round to go. There could be a few upsets.
Good opener there from Baylee. She just wrapped her bowl about a foot behind that jack. Good position. Sierra coming down here to try to answer that with a good draw of her own. She looks like her weight's excellent.
Great weight.
Just gonna hang out there.
It's frustrating to play on a green like this when you have good weight and you're only missing your line by maybe an inch and it's just not coming in or it's cutting across. How do you deal with that mentally throughout the game to sort of just keep trucking along and not let it get to you?
Well, you have to know that your weight is excellent. You have to realize that part of the equation it's two parts, right? Weight and line, and 50% of that you've already got nailed. So you just have to keep trying to make your adjustments and hope that you can find that line that'll just sneak yourself right in there. It's a confidence thing. You can't get down on yourself for playing on a tricky green and having to work through some wide and narrow issues.
Confidence does play a crucial role. I learned from an early age to keep your emotions in check, because when you see someone you're playing against start kicking bowls or hanging their head or really get down in the dumps, basically just giving the game away if you're showing that. The other person is just going to feed off that.
Sierra's just looking to take a little page from Baylee's bowls there, and her last bowl was pretty good with line. She just needs to drop about a foot off, and she should be right in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if she plays the other hand here. No? She's still sticking with her backhand. Might be looking to come underneath and just rest that bowl.
The line's not bad.
Line's pretty close.
Weight's pretty good.
Weight's pretty good too. Oh,
There's
that's
an
a
excellent
beautiful
bowl. Excellent bowl.
Great shot. Now it's a situation for Baylee here. How much weight do you play at that? Because if the jack goes dead or in the ditch to the tee, she's still down. So you need either the bowl clean or just the jack.
It's a tricky decision because I don't think she wants to play the hanging hand necessarily, because you chip that jack to the left and you're down a couple, if not more. I think you just want to be firm into the head. You've got second and third. You want to try to make contact with that bowl. If you happen to land on one of your own, hopefully you just replace it, or hopefully improve your second or third shot to make it tougher for Sierra to get another one.
That's right, they each have one bowl left.
Yeah. So, not overly aggressive, but you got to be firm and in there. Got to give your bowl a chance to move that shot bowl out of there. Looks like the bowl's got a decent pace on it. She's just trying to make some contact, just getting wide. But, almost got that outside bowl to shoot across. So that's definitely going to make it really tough for Sierra to get another shot in there, but can be done. Just needs a nice draw.
She's still playing her backhand. That's going to be even tougher to draw a second shot playing your backhand.
That's right.
I think she's scared of it and just sort of stayed away.
Yeah. Take the one and run.
Take the one and run. So that'll be 8-3 now for Baylee. As always, if you have any questions or comments, reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter. On Facebook, we're Bowls Canada Bowling Grant, but our I guess Facebook has a handle. It's at BCB Official. And on Twitter, we're at BCB Bowls. And you can reach Daryl at Canadian Bowler. Ask us a question, send us a comment, let us know how things are going.
I'd love to hear from you. The thing that makes this stream great is being interactive with the people watching, hearing where you're from, what you're watching, who you're cheering for. Just let us know, and we can give you a shout out, make you famous.
And in case you don't already know, we're going to be live streaming the majors from August 14 to 19, assuming that all goes well. So book those days off work and sit in front of your TV. Reach out to us on Twitter and Facebook throughout the week.
Sierra's brought the mat way up, played a longer jack to the back. We'll see if this strategy plays into her favor.
When I talked to Carter Watson earlier today, he played on this rink earlier today, he said bringing the mat up really made the draws more bearable. Made it a little easier to play, which we'll see if that's the case.
Yep. Sierra just coming up a little short and narrow on that one.
As we were talking about earlier, it really does make a difference bringing the mat up for draw lines. Some greens that are really tricky, all you have to do is bring the mat up and suddenly it's a less tricky green.
Yeah. Oh. Baylee just catching the edge of Sierra's short bowl. Sierra's bowl on the outside is shot. Baylee's just trying to sneak underneath that or promote hers up a bit.
It's interesting the different personalities of bowlers. I've played against many a person who needs to know who shot, needs to know where the bowl is, needs to know where the jack is before they can confidently play a shot. And I've played against other people like myself where it doesn't matter. Just tell me which shot to play and I'll play it regardless of who shot or where the jack is.
So Baylee just catching both of Sierra's shorter bowls and bumping them in for shot and second shot. Sierra's definitely playing a through shot, not wanting to be short again, but this time she's dumping it into the ditch. John's retrieving that.
Before I forget, I want to give a big thanks to Anne-Marie Seitman for taking all the photographs. If you're ever active on our website, on our Flickr account and Facebook page, pretty much every junior event for as long as I can remember, Anne-Marie's been there taking all the pictures, and we want to give a big thank you to her. Her photographs are absolutely excellent. So if you like any pictures that you see, there's probably a pretty good chance that it came from her. So send her a note saying, hey, great job shooting pictures, because they look stellar.
Okay, so just trying to add her account here. Just sliding through, bumping on Baylee's. So Sierra's currently holding 2. Baylee's going to try to draw hers in.
It's deceptive how much of a wide open draw that looks like, but how tricky that really is.
It is. It holds out there, so you think you're taking good grass, and instead you're just kind of flying a little bit by. So let's see if Baylee can just coast one in there.
She is playing the ditch side as it's wide open. It's really just all in the weight here. I think she's just through.
Yeah, she just went through. So the mat up definitely worked in Sierra's favor that time. Caught a couple breaks with Baylee chipping her bowls in. I'm just waiting for the official score from...
Players need to declare it.
Yep.
And looking next door, Alexis from Alberta is up 5-3 over Emily Alford of Nova Scotia. I heard earlier today the Alberta crew had quite a few people watching the streams.
Give a quick shout out to a guy back in Ontario who's one of my teammates. I know he's watching the stream because he's harassing me with messages. Jurgen Fessler. I know you're out there watching, so.
I was going to say 3 guesses at who it is. Jurgen's usually not too far away from a live stream whenever there is one. I was shocked he made the entire WOPA week without pulling anything or breaking anything.
Oh, he'll be happy to hear that.
Went the whole 3 days without twisting an ankle or breaking a leg.
He's doing much better these days.
Must have been the lane swimming that did it.
Yep.
A little late night swim will keep you limber.
Alright, after scoring 2s here is going back to the mat up with the jack near the tee.
8-5 is a pretty close game. Alexis looks like she's putting one fairly close.
Baylee with a great answer here. Looks like she drew him for shot.
Monkey see, monkey do. I was getting a little worried about the weather forecast, but it looks like there's only a chance of showers on Saturday and Sunday, so we might sneak this whole event in without getting rained out.
That'd be brilliant.
Saturday and Sunday could be iffy. If it does rain, there's a pretty good chance we won't end up streaming. We'll have to shut her down. But that won't be till Saturday, hopefully, and even then, hopefully not at all.
Baylee with a nice shot there.
Pushing it in closer. It could be 2, maybe.
Down 1 for sure. Measure on the second.
Now that they are playing in the shadows, Bailey's taking her sunglasses off. I don't know about you, but I find that incredibly difficult to go from playing with sunglasses on to sunglasses off halfway through a game.
I do.
Once I start with one, I usually need to finish.
But if you can adjust, and it doesn't affect your bowling that much, that's good. Bailey's chasing this down.
Almost the same bowl as before.
Oh, push Sierra out.
2 for sure.
2 for sure, no look.
Yes, down 2.
See if Sierra can do the same thing to Baylee and just push a bowl out and sit.
Just getting
Found a
wide
hole.
through that gap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just found a hole. Opportunities a knock in here for Baylee to stretch the lead out a little. Line 2 and a pretty wide open draw for 3.
Baylee having some conversation with her coach on the side.
She's played all 3 on her backhand, I believe. Not sure if she's going to change now. Nicely away. Might be a little quick though. Might need to find a friend.
Yeah.
Found that same hole as Sierra did. That's almost the same bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the ditch too. Identical. So that should be another 2 for Baylee, which would put her at 10-5. Looking around the greens, I don't see any runaway games yet. The first girls round this morning, I think there were 5 games that finished 18-3 or 18-2 or 18-1. All sort of blowouts. That's not the case tonight. Now that Baylee has the mat and jack again, she likes to keep it back further, whereas Sierra brings it up. Baylee likes it at the back. Making it for a little bit of a longer end. And Baylee has quickly learned that the non-ditch side is the slightly better side to play. As you can tell, her first bowl is on her backhand.
It seems to be the better side for players to play. That hanging side is difficult. It can be played, but it's definitely not the preferred hand. Sierra's coming down the ditch side.
Ho ho ho! Matt Wordingham is watching the stream from England, supporting Emma Boyd.
International shout out, how about that?
International shout out, how about that indeed? Well, I can tell you, Matt, that it looks like Emma Boyd's up 11-6 in her game right now, if that scoreboard's accurate, if I'm looking at the right screen.
The sun is giving quite a glare off of some of the scoreboard.
Quite the glare.
Sierra played that hand fairly well, just coming up short.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, up 2. This ball? Yeah. About 2 feet.
In case you didn't notice, Baylee is a lefty, southpaw. That might make a difference when trying to find lines on a tricky green as well. I found that can be incredibly frustrating when you're playing someone who's the opposite hand as you, because they can take different lines.
That's right. Oh. Falls back for a toucher.
Beautiful bowl there.
Currently sitting 3.
Sierra's talking to her coach.
Nice confident draw here. Looks really good coming
that's
in.
A beautiful bowl there, Sierra. Second shot.
That's a good answer.
That is a great answer. And Baylee's looking to see if I get it on this edge, will it squirt out? If I get it straight, what will happen?
Yeah.
Can always tell by the way they're pointing their toes where they want to hit it.
Now if she gets a nice firm draw on it, she could edge the black through the port and still roll behind the jack, making it very difficult. That's currently what Baylee's talking to her coach about, what her options are. Can I get this ball out of there? Do I just draw in for 2?
And being smart, Baylee's also talking to her coach now, saying if she does do this, should I do that? Planning one bowl in advance. It's always good to try to plan ahead.
In case you didn't know on the stream, we both read minds. And we know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we know what you're going to play before you play it.
Baylee's coming up short on this. I don't know if that was the plan.
It ended up in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Sierra can still probably get under that with a bit of weight.
Yeah. Sierra can just catch the edge of Baylee's bowl and flop onto the jack. She could grab a 2 out of this, or just draw the jack clean off. She's going back to the ditch side. She's trying to come under her bowls and through the head.
I don't know if she is.
No, she's got to cut her short bowl.
If she would have been by that, it might have had a chance.
Yeah.
I believe that'll just be 1 for Baylee. No.
11-5, that's right.
11-5. Yeah. John quickly realized his error, gave 1 to the wrong side.
Alright, you got 2 coaches there keeping score as well.
Yeah,
That'll keep them straight.
That'll keep them straight. They'll be quick to correct them.
Baylee again playing that mid-length jack.
Based on a couple of Facebook shares, I'm not sure we might have Steve Santana watching along with us here. Shout out to the West Coast. Hope Shannon and the kid are doing okay.
Santana man.
The Santana man. Great opening bowl here from Baylee.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, the sun has suddenly died off behind some clouds. It's starting to get a little chilly.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think I'd say that.
Sierra's still back to playing the ditch side.
She played this fairly well. Just needs to roll it out.
Just need another 2 feet, if that. And Baylee's pulling up short here now too. That got clustered real quick.
I think Sierra's looking for that little promotion, come underneath. But she's just going to fly straight on by.
Based on that weight, I would say she was definitely looking to push her bowl in.
Yeah.
Baylee's chasing this down. Good habit to get into is to chase your 3rd bowl, so I'm told.
Good spot there.
Couple feet past. Sierra's asking if she's down 2, and John will tell us
Just down to 1.
just down the 1.
It's a psychiatric hospital. The psychiatric services. The general hospital.
We'll see if she takes a bit of weight off for it to come in. Took the weight off, but again, that hand doesn't like to finish much. Score update there for you, Matt. It looks like Emma Boyd is up 14-6 over Bridget Masterson of Ontario.
Baylee was just having a chat with her coach, decide on the next shot to play. Another one in the head, position.
While I'm looking at the scores, Jordan Koss is up 11-8, I believe, over Corey Millard. Can't tell if that's an 8 or a 6. Amy Spence, I believe, is up 10-5. And Alexis Gallagher is up 9-5 over Emily Alford. That's all the scores I can see for now.
It's definitely 2. Measure on the 3rd. One now, Alberta.
Very close to nailing that jack straight back. Got the shot ball out.
While I'm thinking of it, I should probably give a big thank you to Henry Lang and Irene Forster for supporting the junior program. They buy the silver dollars for the winners. They've been long-time junior supporters. Many, many years. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it out here this year as traveling's getting a little more difficult, but I'm sure they're happy to see that there's a big turnout of juniors this year and that there's some excellent bowling going on.
Measure in here for second shot.
I believe it's just the one, unless that back one is in. No?
Oh, just the one shot.
Just one for Baylee to make it 12-5.
One shot on Ontario.
While I think of it, the outdoor singles entry deadline is coming up here on Friday, I believe, August 4th. So if you're a Canadian who wants to play in a great national championship event, get some high caliber bowlers in Winnipeg, Manitoba, check out the bowlscanada.com website and go to outdoor singles under the championship tab and fill out the entry form there on the right hand side. There's a link. This is the last year it'll be a truly open event, so take advantage of that and sign up, head out to Manitoba and see if you can win your way to Champion of Champions.
They're just coming up a couple feet short on our first one. Great line though. Sierra with a great bowl here and just coming up right beside the jack.
Now that cloud coverage has come here, shadows are out of the question.
That's right.
Looks like Baylee might be struggling a little bit with her weight here. Just one coming up 3 feet short and the next one 4 feet heavy. It's difficult to really stay focused throughout the entire course of a game.
Two great bowls from Sierra.
Sierra's really coming along and found it here. Tide may have turned. Could be the weather out in BC. Might be a little cooler, Sierra style, whereas in Ontario it's always blistering hot. Matt Wordingham saying thanks for the update. Should just about catch the end before sleep. I didn't really think about that, but I guess in England right now it might be getting pretty late.
It could be an interesting bowl. Baylee used that to come in.
That could be could be a danger.
Could be in her way.
Line 3. In the back there, Baylee just wet her towel in the bucket behind each rink. I think they have a blue bucket full of water in case you want to wet your towels or dunk your hand in to cool down. It's interesting. I never play with a towel really, whether it's hot or wet or anything else. I don't really ever use one, but some people like to have a moist towel to keep their fingers a little extra grippy, I guess. I don't know. Both players having a chat with the coaches. We've had a couple of latecomers come in here. Not too long ago, Eric Gallipo's dad just flew in. Catch the tail end of this event. Rest of tonight and tomorrow. Great to see people coming in to check out this great bowling from our junior players.
Just caught the edge of that.
Just caught the wrong side of that.
And Sierra's got a chance to grab a bundle here. Just needs to throw a fourth one just like her first three.
This can sometimes be the toughest shot to make when you've thrown 3 great bowls to then try and throw that fourth to replicate it. Sometimes the toughest shot. And
There you go.
She's got 4 there. Rolling the dice to get right back in this game. Sure, here. On the rink next door, Alexis Gallagher from Alberta is up 11-5 over Emily Alford, Nova Scotian, with the Wonder Woman hat. And on the rink beside that, Kiera Shalo from Alberta is up 7-6 over Carissa Lynch. Trying to convince senior squad member Cam LaFrance to hop on the mics here, but he's a little too shy to join us, I suppose. He'll be playing in the Under-25 event later on this week. Sierra's brought the mat up a little bit again, but not as much as earlier in the game. That'll be a medium length. I haven't really talked about this yet today, but if you're ever interested in getting involved with Bowls Canada, there are numerous committees that you can become a part of, as well as board of directors. We have a new tab on our page. I believe it's under Get Involved Opportunities. Now you'll see the numerous ways you can volunteer, whether it's on the board or the one of 4 operational committees that we have. All the links are active, I believe, so you can check out the job description for each committee role. believe we're having a few open spots on our board coming up here in September. So if you're really interested about making a change with bowls in Canada, get a hold of the nominating committee and put your name in the hat to become a BCB director.
Sierra has definitely found her groove the last couple ends. Getting 2 close ones in. I think Bailey's just sailing by with this one again. Just on the outside.
Sierra's really putting some pressure on here. Flying 2, looking to make it 3. Baylee sticking to the non-ditch side, but it's just not coming back for her. She's got 3 almost in a group back there. Sierra's already covered the tee, so I'm sure she's just looking to draw here, but I think she's coming up short and narrow.
Yeah. Just missing the head.
That might be a guide now for Baylee to be inside that. Ah! Mr. Corey Boudreau says we're going to be putting some lights on. I don't think I've seen them play under the lights just yet. Looks like 8 light posts surrounding the green. So there should be decent lighting. I don't know about you, but I always love playing under the lights. I think I'd rather play under the lights than during the day.
Lights can be tricky, depending on how well you can see under soft light, but I never had a problem myself, but I've heard people have issues just with the shadows it can play on the green and just the light itself. But
I think one of my favorite times to play is probably under the lights when it's raining.
really,
Most people absolutely hate rain, and a lot of people hate playing under the lights, so when you put them both together, I feel like I'm at a huge advantage already.
that's interesting. Never play you under the lights in the rain then.
That was 2 more for Sierra, I believe. And just like that, we've got a 1-point game. And in case you're still listening to us here, Matt, I can see Emma Boyd's off the green. I believe she won. The scoreboard shows 15-8, so I would assume she picked up 3, make that 18-8. It's the first girls' match to finish. Crazy to see the differences in scores, though, because on rink 3, Shaylo and Lynch are tied 7-7. So one game finished and another one's not even halfway done yet. And Sierra does have that mat back up and is playing to the tee. And it seems to be working for her. Just a couple feet short.
Yeah, getting close.
I don't know if she started changing where she stood on the mat, but I noticed the last few ends she's been standing up at the front left-hand corner when she delivers the bowl, and I don't think she was doing that earlier in the game, so playing around with where you stand on the mat can sometimes help you find a line that you couldn't before.
That's absolutely right. Just an inch here and an inch there can make a difference.
What's interesting, though, is where she points her toes. It's the exact opposite direction of where she throws her bowl.
It's It's more common than you believe.
Is it ever?
Yeah.
Is it ever? As long as your follow through is good. Point and toes doesn't always matter that much, I suppose.
As you can tell, it's getting colder out here as the sun has gone away. Bailey's got her jacket out.
Can you throw a drive when you're wearing a jacket?
Yeah, I don't have much problem throwing a drive.
I don't think I ever can. Maybe it's just I'm wearing too baggy of a jacket. I feel like my coat gets caught when I go for a backswing and then it throws me off.
If it's in your way, then yeah, you got to get rid of it. So just coming up short with this one.
This could be an effect of the sun going behind clouds now that the lights are turned on and it's getting dark. Greens could be slowing down a little bit because they speed up when it's hot.
That's right.
As you're very aware, speed can change quite a bit over the course of a day to night. I found that incredibly drastic when I was at Broad Beach and Gold Coast, how much of a difference it can be from around noon and then when you're back playing at 6 or 7 at night under the lights. It feels like a 4 or 5 second difference, if not more. It just feels like a two totally different greens.
That's absolutely right. Everything can change from morning, noon to night. Dew, rain, wind, cloud cover, sun shining. It all plays a factor. Sierra just getting narrow on that. It comes right across the head.
She wasn't nearly as narrow as that actually looks.
No, that's true.
Baylee has one more to come. And I can't tell what the count is down there.
I believe John had indicated she was shot with possibly a second.
I'm sure she's itching to get the mat back, as Sierra's been putting on quite the run here to get back to a 12-11 game.
Yep.
She's trying again. I
Nice.
don't know if she's there. Another few feet. Encouraging it on? I don't think so.
Yeah, great line on that one. She'd made her adjustment on that, but
She finally found the line, but lost the weight. Looking around, Carissa Lynch is up 8-7 over Kiera Shalo. And Alexis Gallagher is up 14-6 over Emily Alford. Jordan Koss is up 14-7 over Corey Millard. And I can't quite see that end rink. I think they might be done.
1 BC, 12-12.
Alexis Gallagher. I apologize, I've been pronouncing that terribly wrong. Gallagher. Sorry for everybody listening at home. Alexis Gallagher.
And like we said, we're not responsible for the names we butcher. Alright. Sierra going right back to that mat up. It's been working for her. Back to a 12-12 game.
All tied up. And in an 18-point game, that's only 6 to go. First to 6. This could be over fairly quickly. I guess fog is likely to happen here. That could make for interesting turn of events. Local umpire Ron Cameron says things could get really interesting here if the fog comes in. I'm excited to see how the players will react to that. I'm sure the Nova Scotians might be used to that. That could be a bit of an advantage.
You can get some flashlights out. You can send out some signals of where the jack is. Yeah.
Set a flare right behind the jack. It's over here. This is a very loose first two bowls here. We'll see if Sierra can tighten it up. That's a better bowl.
A couple feet wide, but great weight on that.
Great weight. And on that hand, a couple feet wide really means probably half an inch wide, if that.
Baylee with a great answer here.
Great answer.
Right up to the jack.
Great adjustments from both players after their first two were sort of sporadic. I think Sierra's playing some weight there and got a bit inside and got a friendly rub off of Baylee's first bowl.
Second and third right now.
We'll see if Baylee can replicate her second bowl. I think she's a bit inside.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
But the weight's great. Man, that must be frustrating.
Yeah. So again, going for a little bit of weight, but just getting a little wide on that. After seeing a couple bowls go narrow and fly across the head, you kind of edge on the side of caution, but sometimes it's just a little too much.
See if she can find the line here with her last bowl.
It's close with the line, just got to keep crawling up. Probably worth a look.
Just one for Baylee. Baylee's got the mat back. Looks like she's playing a shorter jack here. Yeah, that's not too far past the hawk. Down at the last rink there, Amy Spence from PEI is all tied up 13-13 with Delia Stanier. And Baylee's back to playing the ditch side. On a short jack. She's found the line.
Great bowl, great opener.
Fantastic opener.
Sierra trying to answer that with a good draw of her own, just squeaking by.
Looks like they both found that line though. 13-12 in this game. Still very close. Baylee's looking to put the pressure on here, lying 2. Sierra's trying again, but I think she might be inside.
Yeah, she's just going to cut across the head there. It's a tricky side. Both players are finding it hard to duplicate good shots.
Mm-hmm. I think Baylee was asking for a second shot, and John just pointed it out. She is, in fact, lying too. It's a bit of a bumpy delivery, but it seems to have worked. That's good for 3. It's interesting that Sierra Trueman is still wearing sunglasses while she's playing. She might be one of those that needs to finish a game once you start.
Yeah.
Because now that it's getting darker here, the lights are on.
Just coming up short.
Just needed another 2 feet. I think Jordan Kosh just beat Corey Millard, as I heard some clapping beside us. Bailey's last bowl. She's chasing it down. I think she's found the line and the weight on that one. Beautiful bowl.
That's a great bowl.
Lying 3.
Okay, get ready.
Sierra's last bowl. She's turning away. Doesn't like it. I think she found the hole.
Yeah. That's a big turn of events for Baylee.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been complaining about the heat and the sun most of the week. Now I'm freezing and the sun has gone away. I had to beg for a sweater.
Just can't win here. It's either too hot and then it's too cold.
There's no middle ground.
I think I'll take this any day over the Ontario humidity that I'm used to, though.
Yeah.
For this, you can bundle up, and it's so humid, there's not much you can do.
No.
So Bailey's now 2 points away from finishing the round robin at a perfect 5-0. Sierra's 6 points away from giving her a bit of an upset. Based on scoreboards right now, next door, Alexis Gallagher is up 17-6. If she gets that 1 point to win, that'll launch her into second place in her pool. So Sierra needs this win just to have a chance at a potential tiebreaker to advance to the semis. And Amy Spence is also tied in that group of 3, and right now she's down 14-13. So Sierra, Amy, and Alexis are 2-2 going into this. Could make for some interesting tiebreakers if things work out that way. Great first 2 bowls
Good
here.
bowl there.
I believe Sierra shot, but John's going to tell us here in a second.
Down 1.
Yep, Sierra's holding 1. Don't know if that's going to come back. It's trying.
Yeah. And line up next to her other shot.
Yeah.
Just about a foot deeper.
If she gets the flop, that might almost work.
Sierra looking just
to replicate
slide
that
in.
first bowl. But I
Got a
think
little
she's
narrow.
bit inside, but great weight though from both these girls' first 2 bowls.
Save this one.
John's favoring Sierra for 1. Bailey's chasing this down. I think she added a little bit of weight and found the hole.
Just gonna slide into the back there. Sierra's looking to add one more to the head. Trying to solidify that shot.
I don't know if Sierra's there on this one. Needs another couple feet.
Yeah,
3
just
feet.
falling about 3 feet short.
That'll make it tough. They've both been playing the ditch side, and now Sierra's bowl being short there. I'm not sure if they still will. If I were Baylee, I think I'd be looking to push Sierra out and lie two.
Yeah. If she does that, she could be holding game and put the pressure on Sierra to make another shot.
She did switch hands. That could be what she's doing.
Just draw it down or just drag that jack towards her bowls.
Yeah, she's not playing overly aggressive.
No.
I think
She catches the jack?
Found the
Not
port. Good effort. Big opportunity here for Sierra to try to get back in. Close the gap.
That bowl of Sierra's out in front is making both players change their mind and move to the other hand.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It could potentially be the game if she moved her shot bowl out enough.
I think she just knocked herself out and gave the game up.
It's an unfortunate turn of events. When you switch hands in your last bowl, that can happen.
They'll take a look. And they'll shake hands.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the game. Baylee's gone perfect 5-0 in the round robin to finish first in her pool.
Tough break for Sierra Trueman. She played a great game. Just picked out her bowl to give Baylee the 2 shots she needed to close out that game, and that happens sometimes. You're pushing for another shot, try to get something in there, and you end up giving up the shot.
Looking on the rink next door, 17-7, Alexis Gallagher over Emily Alford. Alexis has black bowls, and I think she could be lying one right now, with Emily's last bowl to come. Just needs to get within 3 feet or so to get shot.
Yeah, Emily just getting a quick chat with her coach, give her some advice.
Yeah, Lena told me yesterday that Emily's a relatively new bowler, so eye-opening experience for her here, I'm sure.
She's definitely recognizable by that hat.
Love that hat. Without the hat, I don't know if I'd know who she was. But this could be a good draw here. If she's by it, that is number 1.
That's a good bowl. Nope.
Gonna come down and take a look.
Yeah. See if it's shot or not.
The marker's already writing things down. I don't think he realized there's still one more to come.
Yeah. Oh, get the eraser out.
Well, you saw them both coming down, so he assumed that was it. If Alexis makes the shot, she wins the game and guarantees herself at least a tiebreaker to get into the semifinals tomorrow. But she's a little too heavy. We'll have to try again next end. All 4 boys matches are taking place on rinks 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those 4 matches are the last of the day. once again, big thanks to all the volunteers who have been helping out to make this event a success. Lots of parents and coaches have flown in to help out the kids, but post-organizing committee, volunteer to make this a go, umpires.
Yeah, it's been a great couple days. Lots of fun to kick it off. Some great bowling. And it's been fun to stream some games and hope that people are tuning in, seeing some great bowls and listening to some real witty commentary.
As always, reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter. Love to hear from you. I'm sure we can make fun of you if you're the right type of person, if we know you.
Won't cost you a thing.
So I wasn't able to see what I was marking, so how did both of you do?
Are you streaming now?
Yep. Coming up short with that ball.
A little short and tight. I haven't really been able to watch too much of rink number 2, even though it's been next door to us all day. Curious how it's running.
No, I'm not actually.
Looks to me like one of the seams is closer to the center line on 2 than it is on 1. On 1, the seam is about a foot to the left. Number 2, it looks to be a little bit closer,
I
in
work at property valuation services.
my opinion.
Property assessments. Impressive job.
So Alexis Gallagher with the brownish, maybe black colored bowls is looking to get 1 to finish the game against the purple bowled Emily Alford. And Alexis has drawn another one in there, a few feet short. Looks like Emily's throwing a little bit of weight here.
Yeah. Gonna be trying to come through the hedge, just coming narrow.
Narrow
Will be in
and
the
through.
ditch.
Kerplunk.
Yep.
Just in. Great to see Alberta send a few youngsters out to this event. I don't know if I've ever seen Alberta send any entries on the girls' side.
Both players going to take a look, see what the head's looking like, what needs to happen.
Both players went for a bit of a jog there. Nice to see some hustle.
Both talking to their coaches.
Mm-hmm. What do I do and how do I do it? Emily's having a sprint back down the green. Unless her back bowl is shot, she needs to make this. And that looks fast to me.
Yeah,
Just through the head.
just through the head. Let's see what
Alexis
the
will
players
take a
saying.
look.
Yeah.
I don't see them moving, and I think they're ready to shake hands. Yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
That's game.
Alexis Gallagher, 18-8 over Emily Alford of Nova Scotia. And that is it for us for today. We'll be back again tomorrow around 11:15 a.m. Nova Scotia time, streaming either a tiebreaker match or a semifinal match. Stay tuned to our Facebook and Twitter, and we'll let you know when we're going live again. On behalf of everyone here, thanks for watching.
It's been a pleasure.